Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Tom Zimmerman, living well beyond 50, utilizing all positive living sensations to live a therapeutic lifestyle. As you know, or if you haven't been to my channel before, but if you have, you know that I do a lot of activities that I find to be very healthy for my well-being. Part of my motivation is to live as long as I possibly can in a healthy state. And I don't mean New York. What I mean by that is being 66, 16 years into my senior year, it's important that I concentrate on my lifestyle. I try to concentrate on a healthy lifestyle. I've tried to do that most of my life. But as you know, we all get very busy and caught up in our responsibilities of everyday living. And it's important to understand that in each day that goes by, especially when you're a senior like myself, and perhaps you are too, and if you're not a senior yet, perhaps you're younger than 50, but once you hit 50, there comes a point where you have to realize that your body, your mind is going through some changes. It's just a part of aging, and you need to concentrate on your well-being. And what I mean by that, the basics. The basics to me is movement. I've always expressed the importance of keeping yourself moving. You don't want to get stagnant. You don't want to end up sitting long periods of time. When you sit, if you sat like I have most of my career and at a desk, it's important that you get up every 20 minutes or 30 minutes and stretch, take a walk, clear your mind, and try to just learn how to breathe and relax. And that sounds difficult at times because we are so busy in our life. And I get that. A lot of times I forget that myself and I get caught up in the moment. And sometimes you just don't have time to do that. But now that I'm 66 years old, I'm concentrating more on my breathing, my ability to think things out clearer, and to develop goals that are going to benefit me in the long run. I'm actually training for life, and many of the experts will tell you, those who have competed in the past, like myself, I always wanted to train to do better in softball, better in hockey. I wanted to become a better skier. I wanted to climb higher mountains. I wanted to play with my kids endlessly because they have endless energy. And when they were growing up, I wanted to keep up with them. So I did a lot of their activities that kept me young and kept me in good shape. But now that I'm 66 years old, my kids are grown up. I'm no longer coaching. They have their own lives. So I have a lot more downtime. And I'm coming near the end of my career, and that's voluntarily. I'm going to be retiring at the end of this year. It is now August of 2024, and I'll be 67 next May. So at this point in my life, I feel like I have the energy and the enthusiasm, the stamina to really live a real good senior lifestyle. And I need to continue to concentrate and manage myself going forward in order to have a healthy longevity. So I've been following some psychiatrists, I've been medical doctors of biology, doctors who are into longevity, but a healthy longevity. And there are main factors that will help us to live a long and healthy life. This day and age, we're living longer, and with medical assistance, we're extending the lifelines of many, many seniors. But the importance of living a healthy lifestyle, a therapeutic lifestyle, if you will, because I look at aging as a point in our lives where that's not a disease, that's not an illness, it's just a matter of life where the cells don't rejuvenate as quickly as they did in the past. We tend to lose muscle strength. With that, if we're not moving, we lose our capacity to breathe well and our circulatory system for our heart, our lungs, and throughout our whole body. And the other thing too is we've been programmed over the years, I have and many of you have, to eat unhealthy foods. And we get bombarded with the advertisement day in and day out. And it's real simple these days, right? We can hop in the car and go to McDonald's, we could go to Wendy's, we can go to have a pizza. You know, and those things are fun, they're enjoyable, and and sometimes it's part of our social life, and we're with a group, and it's easy to do. But I find that over the years, I've gone away from that, and I've cooked most of my foods, and I'm concentrating on more healthy food. So it's important to have a new relationship with food, which I have established in the last couple of years. I also have incorporated strength training. I'm in my strength training, I call it my strength training room, my maroon room. It's a place where I could really, really eliminate all distractions. I put on my music, I, dim the lights, put on my fan, and I just really enjoy getting into a routine of strength training. And that's really helped me. I went from 210 pounds during COVID. Like I said, I told you this story, I was about 210 pounds, but I had a lot of muscle mass. I was working at the gym before COVID, and then the gyms shut down. I went through a transformation where I atrophied, meaning that because I'm 66 now, let's say I was 64, I'm not a math person, but I'm guessing I was maybe around 64. And it's amazing how I lost a lot of that muscle mass and that strength. I still had the weight, but it was becoming more of a weight of fat, if you will. I was eating the same, and I didn't feel right. And I really lost my mojo. And I talked about that. I really like to ski and do other things, and I felt like I was in a rut. So instead of just sitting there feeling sorry for myself, I ended up going on the internet and doing some research. I've always been very curious about the body, and more recently about aging and how I could improve my moods, my physical strength, my appearance. And I dropped an awful lot of weight because I started eating right. But I overdid it in regards to I didn't have enough protein. I was eating a lot more leafy foods, which are all good, but I cut out a lot of other things that I needed to be able to maintain my strength and add muscle. So I've learned the hard way. I did a video, Whatever Happened to My Body, because over that transformation I went from 210 down to 170. Now believe it or not, I'm 172 tonight, but I have all muscle mass now. I have a washboard, and I'm not doing this to impress you, but to impress upon you that you too can do what I have done. And I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to find motivation. Why should you do this? Well, I do have another video to find your motivation. You can always reference that video, but I'll tell you briefly. My motivation is that my children, my friends, my entire family, I want to spend more time with them, and I want to spend healthy longevity. I want to spend more time with them. I want to watch my children achieve more than they have achieved now. And if they decide to have children, I would love to be able to play with my grandchildren. But more than that, I shouldn't say more than that, but including that, I want to feel good each day of my life. I want to wake up feeling like I have the energy and the motivation. And I've discovered that. I've gotten my mojo back because I started eating the right foods. I started learning it. And I've done that through the internet and YouTube. And it may sound funny, but that's my master classroom now. I've been a lifelong learner. And I don't read as much as I used to. Most of the time I spend my days on the computer. So when I come home, I don't feel like reading anymore. maybe that will change in my retirement. But I've really got attached to a couple real good experts. I weeded them out. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are not experts. I'm not an expert. I'm a generalist. I'm an ordinary person, and my motivation is just to educate myself. I weed out a lot of the chatter and a lot of the individuals that say you got to do this, you got to do that. But what I've found out, if you do the research and you do the surfing and you spend time concentrating on learning from the experts, you'll find them. You will find them. They have the credentials. They have a lot of people who are behind them, recommend them, and actually reference them in a lot of the videos that end up being very popular. So I've been doing that. I'm not going to name names now, but eventually I will tell you the ones that I do follow. But by doing that, 172 pounds, I would say I don't have a measurement or anything like that, but a good guess is that I have 10% body fat now. And I have the energy and the stamina, enthusiasm like a child. If you look at my videos and all that, all I'm doing is sharing with you. I'm sharing my gifts of being able to do activities that I enjoy. I am grateful and I'm so gratified that I've done what I've done in the past 3 or 4 years. And you can too. And you have to start basics. You have to just start from the beginning. Start moving, go for walks, pick up some light weights, and just start doing the movements and the activities that are going to help you improve your physical ability and also your circulatory system. But at the same time, you have to eat right. And then you'll find out how important it is to eliminate stress. And those activities will eliminate stress. So stress is a killer, as you know. And the less stress that we have, or the ability to eliminate stress in our lives, because there's always going to be stress. There's always going to be negative living sensations. And what I mean by that, it could be illness, it could be an injury, it could be a loved one that you're taking care of. It could be financial, it could be any number of things that life brings us or it presents us. So I'm not saying that it's all fun and games. A lot of things do get in my way, or I take more responsibility to concentrate on things to helping other individuals and other people, my family, my friends. So I try to keep a routine. A routine is very good. I'll share with you my routine, my daily routine that goes in through the week and into the weekend. So I'm going to start doing videos just to show you some of my routines and some of the activities that I do other than just cycling, walking, strength training, eating right. I'm going to do a general presentation of my daily routine and other activities that I do. But I will continue to incorporate cycling. I will incorporate my strength training. I'll probably get more into the foods that I eat and also how I de-stress, how do I relax. I've had a video that they ought to doing nothing. Sometimes it's really good just to have a day or two where you can just pretty much do nothing and just kind of gravitate to whatever you want to do that day. Like yesterday, I went outside and I just picked up sticks. And I joke about that. I used to pick up logs and boulders and stuff like that in the past, but now I'm just picking up sticks. But I was picking up sticks and it was a beautiful evening and the breeze was coming through. It was about 70 degrees and I really was I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, so I said, let me just go outside. I've been indoors all day working and all that. Let me get some fresh air. And you know what? I was just being. I had no real goals. I just walked in my backyard and I saw some sticks from some previous storms. I just started gathering sticks. And I was thinking how fundamental that is. Back in the days, years and centuries ago, when people did farming and they ended up, making their huts, things like that. Can you imagine how life was? It seemed like it was simple, but it was about survival. But I didn't have to do that to survive. I just did that, and it was very therapeutic. Just enjoying the nature, being outside in the fresh air, picking up sticks in my yard and putting them in a pile out front, and then looking back and say, well, I did something. I cleaned up my yard. But I also realized how satisfying that was and how relaxed I became. I came back into my house and I said, why did I feel so good? Why do I feel so good now? It's not just that I accomplished picking up sticks. It's just that I was just being. I was not thinking or concentrating on anything. I was just like part of nature, in the breeze, taking myself to wherever I wanted to go, and my focal point was picking up sticks. It sounds kind of silly. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but that activity alone was so therapeutic for me. And I came back inside and I was so relaxed. I said, I want more of that. So I went out on my porch as the sun was going down, and I was thinking to myself, what else would I like to be doing in my retirement? So we all need time to have those moments or time to really let everything go and say to yourself or ask yourself, what do I want in life? What do I want to achieve going forward? Now that I'm retiring, what is as my friend has explained to me, what's your North Star? Well, what the heck is the North Star? Now I remember my father and then my brother years later telling me, if you ever get lost in the wilderness, look up in the sky and find the North Star. Because the North Star is in the same place all the time. And you'll always know where north is. If you ever get lost, find the North Star. So, going through this stage of my life, a transformation, a transition, if you will, what am I going to do in my retirement? Well, I'm going to continue to do all the things that you see me doing in my videos and all that because I want to have a healthy longevity. Well, what else am I going to do? Well, that's the question I'm asking myself. So I'm going to continue. This has been a hobby. My whole life I've helped people less fortunate than myself, and I don't look at them as less fortunate, but I just tell you that because the individuals that need housing, people who need supports and treatment services to help them, to empower them, enable them to grow themselves and to have insights into the challenges and also to overcome, to transcend themselves, to bring themselves to another level, which I'm trying to do, and I hope you are too, because just because you're a senior, or if you're becoming a senior, you need to concentrate on improving. It doesn't end, you improve your mind, continue to improve your body, and improve the food that you take in, improve your sleep, improve your ability to de-stress. All these things add up. And when they add up, each day that goes by, you realize how much better you feel and you have a brighter outlook in life. So now that I have this, I'm digging deep. I'm now putting pressure on myself to say, where do I go from here? So I'll continue to do these videos, and I most likely will continue because this is a hobby. I enjoy this. I want to share all these positive living sensations that I have experienced. And I will also share you some of the challenges, which I am now. My challenge is to really concentrate on my North Star. What exactly do I really want to achieve? How can I help others? So this is one way. I'm hoping that I'm assisting people to improve their lives so that they can have a healthy life, a healthy longevity, if you will. And you all can do it. I've done it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I've seen so many others doing it. And being on social media is one thing. I love to keep in touch with like-minded people like myself. my my family, my friends on Facebook, Instagram. I don't get too locked into it, but I would like to celebrate life with them. So when I see a birthday or a grandchild being born, an anniversary, you know, I just love that. I gravitate to that because it's all positive. So whatever I can share to enlighten people, to make them feel happy, and to be able to share this all together, I think it's great. So this hobby that I have is something that's going to occupy a lot of my time because I enjoy it. So we should enjoy life. We should find as much joy as possible as we continue with life. So, but I'm going to continue to share my quest to identify my North Star. And I hope you find this video enlightening. I hope you thought of this yourself, and if you haven't, I hope I evoked that. Is that the right word? I hope I promoted that in you to start thinking about your North Star. What are you going to do? What do you want to achieve going forward? Is it what's the big picture? Maybe you already have it, and I would like you to share that with me if you do, because that may help me. And if you can help me, I will share that, and hopefully we can help others. So I want to just thank you so much for joining me. And if this is the first time to my channel, my name is Tom Zimmerman. I use the Living Well Beyond 50. I talk about living sensations, positive living sensations, and living a healthy and longevity, healthy life, and hopefully it's a healthy longevity of life. And I incorporate a therapeutic lifestyle. And I'm going to continue to connect with you, if you will. I would hope you subscribe to my channel and come back and visit. And also, please share your thoughts with me, because lately what I really like about my channel is that I'm communicating with people. People are contacting me, asking me for suggestions or giving me suggestions. So that's what it's all about. It has to be interactive. It's not me just presenting to you. I would like you to give me some feedback. That will help me to focus on things that you enjoy and that you would like to discuss or learn more about. And I will do the research, and I will try to find topics, subject matter that. Whoa. What just happened to my video? I'm very sorry. I apologize. This is where I was at. What I was saying, I'll find some subject matter that you enjoy. I need your feedback because this has to be interactive. So please converse with me, send me messages and all that so I can improve my videos and do topics that you really enjoy. But I just wanted to end on a good note. I'm sorry that the tape just stopped. So I'm not a techie. I'm learning a lot. But that's another living sensation. I told you there'd be some challenges, and this is one of them. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hoping you have a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. Definitely not in that order because you'd be going backwards. But maybe that's what we need to do. We need to go back to the basics and start really enjoying our lives. So thanks again for joining me, and I wish you well. All the best to you and your family. And don't forget, look north. Find that star. It's your star. It's your North Star. Let's find it together. Be well.